Greetings and welcome to Creative Consulting Dreams. My name is Beverly Brown. I'm your host for today, and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And it's going to be a great program today. Creative Consulting Dreams is just that. It's about talking to everyday people about their goals, their dreams, their visions, and hopefully it'll spark something in someone saying that, you know what, if they did it, then I can too. So I have some very special guests today, and I want to introduce you to Miss Cheryl Porter and Miss Deborah Jones, who are very, very good friends of mine as well, and very, very good business associates. So welcome to the program today, ladies.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And I'm glad to have you guys here. And you guys are CPR trained and certified and able to train other people to do.
That is correct. That's right.
Great. Well, tell me a little bit about the business, Cheryl.
Well, in our business of CPR training, we train healthcare professionals, daycare professionals, foster parents, fitness instructors, and anybody, any kind of lay person that would like to be certified in CPR.
Oh, that's great. So mainly it's just something that you just maybe thought of just doing, or did something happen special in your life that caused you to maybe want to be able to be a CPR certified trainer?
Well, for me, somebody told me about the training, and I thought that was a great way to get the word out and train other people. But also, I've found other people that I know where they had somebody in the household that had a heart attack or a stroke, and at the time, nobody in the household knew what to do.
Yes.
And those are very important, time-sensitive seconds that are lost between, you calling somebody and somebody coming, and there's nobody to know what to do.
Oh yes, and I can definitely relate to that. But tell me why you also got involved with the CPR training.
Similar to Cheryl, however, my parents both died at early ages. My mom died from a heart attack, my dad died from a stroke, and none of us knew anything about CPR. So that sparked me into thinking, well, if none of my family members knew, somebody needs to know how to do that. So it's something that I want to start with my family and then pass on to others.
Right. And I was sharing something because I don't know, as of late, I've been hearing a lot of unexpected deaths due to sudden heart attacks, various other reasons. And just to share something personally, it was about 6 months ago, and it was a young man that I knew, in business, just normal health, very nice looking guy with a family, just regular. And I mean, I get a phone call the next day saying that he, at his dinner table, had a heart attack. And his wife was there and daughter were there. And by the time they got to the hospital, it was too late. And it just kind of, I think that probably would be one of the instances where you would say CPR probably could have saved their lives.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The purpose of CPR is to maintain the function of the heart and getting oxygen to the brain until emergency personnel can arrive. So that's the basic reason for that. So.
Exactly. So that is definitely something I think like everybody, like you said, should do it.
Absolutely.
And from young to old, how early can you even start CPR training?
Probably as early as teenagers, maybe even younger than that.
Because babysitters would need to know in case of an emergency, so they can be taught. And I believe that any child that can learn ABCs or understand instructions would be able to learn the training. They would just need to have that desire and want to learn and to be able to follow directions and understand how to follow directions.
All right. So how long have you ladies been CPR trained?
Since March of 2011.
Okay. Have you started your company and named it and have a website?
Yes, we do have a website, and it's quickresponse.cpr.com.
Okay.
And that's QWIK.
You're really, really snazzy.
Yes, I'm snazzy.
So that is the name of the company, Quick Response CPR
Training.
Okay,
yes.
Well, great. Are you guys planning on opening up an office soon and maybe a training facility as well? Or are you just doing it, freelance right now?
Right now it's freelance, but in the future we hope to have our own office. We go to people's homes. We can go wherever is necessary to have you trained. And once you're trained, you get certified through the Red Cross, and you get a certificate and little cards with your name on it saying that you've been certified with CPR and first aid training.
Wow. So you guys initiate the training, but they'll get the certification from the Red Cross?
Right.
Yes. Because that's how that works?
That's how it works, because we're actually certified through the American Red Cross.
Okay.
So the American Red Cross distributes the certification.
All right. And how long? Oh, go ahead.
I must say you are certified for 2 years also.
Wow.
For 2 years, yes.
Then you have to reapply
and then
or
just
redo the class?
Yes, just recertify yourself. That's all you have to do. And we also do that for anybody that has to be recertified.
Okay. And how long does a class take?
It can take from 4 to 6 hours, maybe 8.
Okay.
It's not really a long, it's just like a little bit of your time, one day, that's it.
And that's it. And I know you probably have a saying that, one day you'll save a life if you...
Oh, our motto, train today. Yes, train today, save a life tomorrow.
Okay, that's
yes.
a beautiful thing. Wow. So we also, I think we were talking about, you said that different classes can be held or different levels of CPR training that you can receive?
Yes. Actually, there are several different types of certifications you can receive. You can become trained in just first aid. You can become trained in just CPR, or you can just become trained in the AED, which is a defibrillator, knowing how to use that machine. Or you can get a combination of either.
Okay.
So depending on what you are looking for and what you need to be trained in is how we would set up your training class.
Okay, well, great. And when you said the first aid class?
That's just teaching first aid, how to apply bandages in case of someone gets hurt, what to do when someone may be having a sunstroke.
Right.
Those different types of things for first aid.
Okay. Because I was thinking about that as far as strokes were concerned, because that's something that's very, very, a lot happening lately, and I know a personal friend that experienced one. What can you do? Is there something that you can do in your class that can help with stroke victims as well?
As in
just
helping them
is there
when they
something
fall
part
down?
of the first aid class? Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, that's more of the CPR part of it. That's nothing to do with first aid.
Okay.
You just want to make sure.
So you can do CPR on the stroke victim?
Oh, yes, because it all deals with the heart. We want to make sure that the heart is pumping again and that your oxygen is going to your brain.
And forgive me, because I'm saying to myself, I'm thinking about just strictly for the heart for CPR, but I never really thought about it as far as a stroke is concerned. So this is something that's very, very new, and I think a lot of people probably were not aware of. So let's just say you do have somebody that's experiencing a stroke, or you feel it, because they start with a few symptoms. You said it's slurred speech.
Yes.
Or you'll notice that their face, maybe, drawing down. What are some of the other symptoms that also happens when a person is experiencing a stroke, and even the heart attack? Let's just cover that.
Well, they may feel
the signs.
Right. They may feel a little lightheaded. They really can't focus, or their walk may be a little bit off, looking like their equilibrium is off. And then if they fall, actually, then you want to really make sure that you call for help at that time.
Right. So that's mainly for the stroke or for the heart attack part, or could it be for both?
It could be for both.
It could be for both.
Okay. And I don't want you guys to really demonstrate what it has to do, but just kind of a small scenario of what happens when you're about to apply CPR to a person. What would you do first?
Well, you go to the person and you always say, "Are you okay?" Are you okay? That's the standard thing that you state to a person. Then you have someone call 911, and just to make sure that the emergency personnel arrive quick. And then you check to see if they're breathing. If they're breathing, you can feel their breath on the side of your head. You just kind of bend your head down to the victim and just check to see if they're breathing. You kind of hold their head back to check. And if they're breathing, then you just want to just touch their chest to make sure that they're getting the heart continues to pump and that they continue to breathe. And you just want to make them comfortable as long as they're breathing. If they're not breathing, then you'll want to take some other steps, and sure, you want to cover that.
And then what you want to do is start with 2 breaths.
Okay.
And you want to make sure that their chest goes up and down. And then after that, you check for, make sure they're breathing again. And if that didn't, you want to start with compressions. And then you go back and forth with that. And then if there's help that somebody else knows how to do it, then one can do the breasts and one can do the chest compressions.
Okay, but yeah, because you're right, sometimes you will probably be by yourself, but it would be best to have somebody doing the chest compressions while the other person is actually doing the mouth-to-mouth part of it.
And you want to do this until help has arrived.
Right. So you're right, you're not actually performing it, because a lot of people, well, I mean, do you see people even coming back, right then and there, or is it just till the ambulance arrives?
Usually until the ambulance arrives, but sometimes there is cases where a person will start taking their own breaths, and it might be a little shallow, but then by that time we call it a little kickstand. You put them on the little side so they can continue to breathe.
Okay, so what's your overall vision as far as your CPR training, the bigger picture, as far as what you have planned for that?
Well, to take it from, this is only part-time, and then we want to take it to a full-time, start training other facilities, getting contracts with them. Okay. Our main focus right now is like churches, because a lot of churches don't have a medical ministry. We want to start training them, especially for their children's church, because that's very important, because a child will eat a little toy real quick, and how do you get that out of their mouth and everything like that. So we want to concentrate on that.
So that's choking too. So that's just a whole other aspect.
Another aspect of it.
So you're talking strokes, a heart attack, choking.
Choking.
Any other thing so this is just a whole myriad. When a person thinks about CPR, I think they're mainly just saying, the heart.
Right.
But this is sort of like just full-fledged first aid training. Quick response, like you said, until you can get some major help brought in.
Exactly.
That's
good. I see you guys are really, just really serious about this.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
Very
for
serious
this.
about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So as far as contracts are concerned, we need to put your names out there. Who are you looking for to talk to as far as your business?
Well, we, ministers, like Cheryl said, churches, we're looking forward to talking to people in churches. Daycares, we're looking to talk with daycares, and also just anyone that wants to learn about CPR, because it could just be your next door neighbor who may be interested and know that, finally there's somebody that can teach me. So anyone that's interested in learning, but our big goal is definitely churches, daycares.
I think fitness places too, right?
Yes.
A big one.
And if you're a fitness instructor, you need to be certified.
Exactly.
A lot of them want you to be certified.
I can't see why they wouldn't be.
Right.
Already.
Right.
Well, let's hope
but sometimes they just need to get recertified if they've already had their certification. So with that, we could just recertify people that already had their certification that's expired.
Okay. Well, when we're talking about creative consulting dreams, and I want to be able to let the audience know that, you ladies, the vision came to you to do it. I mean, what prompted or that particular moment, where did that idea surface to say that this is something I want to do and let's move towards doing it?
I was actually getting my nails done.
Okay.
And my nail technician was telling me about it because she wanted to get certified. And I was like, wow, that is a great way, even just to help somebody just to help somebody be calm in that situation when it happens.
Okay.
Because I always say there's 2 types of people. People that like to help and people like to stand back and not help at all.
Right.
But if you're that kind of person that loves to help, but you can help and make more damage than anything. But if you help somebody, and then they can go on and have a successful life.
Oh,
that'd be great.
That's gotta feel rewarding.
Yeah.
Hey, I helped save that person's life. Because I keep, that picture keeps going back to me about, this man sitting at the table, and your child and your wife is right there, and you're just like, I think something as simple as that probably could have saved his life. And it was just so unexpected and tragic.
And also when somebody has an elderly person in the home, or somebody that is not active and can't get out, somebody in that home needs to know CPR.
Exactly.
Somebody in that home really, and that really gripped me when I heard about somebody that didn't know about it at all. And that person passed because nobody in the home knew about it. Wow. And that person was sick at the time, and nobody knew anything about it.
And you two have kind of been, I'm not calling you guys a couple, but a pair on so many business things, because we've even done some business venues before that. So did Cheryl kind of introduce it to you, or is that something maybe you already had in the back of your mind?
Actually, Cheryl introduced me to the CPR training. I thought it was a great idea. Like I said, with my parents passing away at such an early age, I really thought that this is something that would be useful. And just think how many lives you may be able to save just knowing that you're going to be there in case there's an emergency, and you'll be able to help and not get frantic. You'll be able to stay calm, cool, and collected in the time of in that time period. So I just thought that would be a great idea, and I really needed that to be something that I just strive to do, something else different, because I really would like to change and this be a full-time position for me instead of doing what I'm doing.
And what are you doing full-time right now?
Right now I work for the electric company, customer service. I've been there 15 years.
Wow.
So it's time for a change, time to do something else. I love helping people, love working with people. So this just kind of helped me transition into another phase.
So it's letting you know you can still be doing something full-time, but something else sparks it part-time. And Cheryl, what are you doing?
I work with Automated Packaging Systems. They're a packaging company, and I work in their shipping department as a coordinator.
So you're full-time with that, but
I
you're
am.
going to take this business to the next level.
I'm
actually at a full-time job too. So. Well, we all have goals and dreams, and mainly that's what this program is all about. This CPR training program, I hope you see the importance of it, and a lot more people pay attention to it, because just something so simple that you can